U.S. Ambassador Harry Thomas admits repairing the damage caused by USS Guardian to Tubataha Reef will take years, even if the ship is removed as early as next month. Thomas says the U.S. government is assessing the damage with the Philippine Navy, but we know honestly that it will take years to repair. The USS Guardian ran aground January 17 inside the protected area of the Marine Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, considered one of the best diving spots in the world. Thomas adds it is a very difficult and delicate operation to remove the ship, and the U.S. is spending lots of funds to do this. Pulling the minesweeper out of the reef will cost the U.S. Department of Defense at least $25 million. And the North Korean army threatens a strike against United States military bases in Japan after the U.S. deployed nuclear-capable B-52 bombers for joint military drills with South Korea. Pyongyang condemns the flights as an unpardonable provocation, adding the drills a rehearsal for invasion. A spokesman for the North Supreme Army Command warns, if the enemy threatens us with nuclear weapons, we will respond with stronger nuclear attacks. In Seoul, analysts dismissed the North threat to U.S. bases as the latest in a series of attention-grabbing statements. Military tensions on the Korean peninsula escalate, with North Korea threatening war after the United Nations imposed sanctions for its recent nuclear tests. North Korea already threatened to launch preemptive nuclear strikes on unspecified U.S. targets. U.S. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel says Washington will boost missile defenses along the West Coast to, quote, stay ahead of the threat from North Korea. And South Korean companies hit by cyber attacks on Wednesday recover their networks and resume normal operations. The Yonhap news agency reports the 6 affected broadcasting stations and banks are now working on restored damaged personal computers. On Thursday, South Korean officials say the attack came from an IP address in China, but the identity of the hackers cannot be confirmed. Officials initially suspected North Korea as behind the attacks after previous incidents in 2009 and 2011 that targeted financial institutions and government agencies. Wednesday's cyber attack comes days after North Korea also accused South Korea and the United States of attacking its official websites. It also comes at a time of heightened military tensions on the Korean peninsula following Pyongyang's nuclear test last month. Let's now look at Rappler's Rap for Today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. And number 3, on his first visit to Israel, US President Barack Obama says, quote, America's commitment to the security of the State of Israel is a solemn obligation. Obama and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu say Israel has the right to defend itself and that they have a common assessment of the Iranian threat. Netanyahu says he is convinced Obama is determined to prevent Iran from becoming a nuclear-armed state. Netanyahu also says it is important to prevent Syria's chemical weapons from falling into terrorist hands. And number 4, French police searched the home of International Monetary Fund chief Christine Lagarde as part of a probe on her role in a settling dispute when she was finance minister. The dispute involves French bank and businessman Bernard Tapie, who supported former French President Nicolas Sarkozy. Lagarde, who has been accused of giving Sarkozy preferential treatment, denies wrongdoing. And at number 9, the U.S. Space Agency denies a claim made in a scientific study its Voyager 1 spacecraft already left the solar system. NASA describes the report as, quote, premature. Scientists eagerly await signs that the craft becomes the first man-made object to leave the boundaries of the solar system. A Voyager project scientist says the team is aware of the reports. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Every story on Rappler has a mood meter, which gives you 8 emotions to choose from. Click on how you feel and your vote comes down to the mood navigator in the middle of the front page, which crowdsources the mood of the day. It also gives you the top 10 stories that got the most click. So let's have a look at our mood meter of today. Comelec okay's Rappler poll survey, 9% afraid, 12% inspired, and 79% happy. Chris Aquino files TPO against James Yap, has 13% amused, 14% annoyed, and 61% don't care. Moving on to the most voted story of today, Mitos Magsaysay, a critic of policies, has 11% annoyed and 85% angry, all contributing to the mood of the day. Today, most people are angry. And that's Rappler's Newscast for today, Thursday, March 21, 2013. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscasts Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Aya Lowe. And as we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.